Thank you for watching Snack and Learn, hosted by Pam Prior.
And thank God it's part of my brand. Hello, everybody. We're live. We thought we'd wait for the dogs to stop barking today. Hey, for our Snack and Learn today, I am so incredibly excited. I have two of my very favorite people here today. One is my very favorite person because of the product she has. I'm actually only meeting her right now for the first time. That is Taylor. Hi, Taylor. Welcome.
Hello. Happy to be here.
We're going to talk a ton about Taylor and hear from her as well. Taylor Warner, I should say. So let me just give you a really, really quick. I'm so excited about this call. I'm like,
It's going to be so good.
And our other guest is Frances, who is actually on our priorities group team and has made use of an amazing product that Taylor has out there. And I'm going to say at the very beginning, I am not an affiliate for Taylor in any way or their product. It has just made such a difference in our business that we wanted to get the word out about this to our group so that you guys can learn about what this is all about. So
I do want to pop in real quick and say that we are affiliates.
Oh, now. We are now affiliates.
Yeah.
I think later because I just told him about it.
We are affiliates. So that is a real stamp of approval because this is literally only one of two affiliate arrangements that I have. So
awesome. I'm honored. This is news for me too. I love that.
Well, you do know how much I love it though, because I had not made that connection. So that's really, really good. But let me tell you a little bit about Taylor. She is actually a digital nomad. You're my first digital nomad, true digital nomad that we're interviewing on Snack and Learn Live.
Cool.
Been at this about 4.5 years and currently residing on Hippie Island, which is called Phangan in Thailand. So what time is it in Thailand right now?
Currently it is 10:06 p.m. So I'm just about, y'all's AM is my PM.
Gotcha. So we are 11:06 a.m. here on the East Coast. And thank you so much for staying up to do this.
Of course.
Taylor's an automation strategist, and she's a half of a team called the Biz Solutions Sisters. And she and her business partner Misty are on a mission to really help online entrepreneurs implement and master Facebook automation tools. And right out of the gate, I wanted to show her what we've put in place on our Facebook group that is making a world of difference in the quality of our interactions and our ability to do it in volume and still not piss off the Facebook algorithm.
Yes, that's the key.
Yeah, the reason I've asked Francis to join us as clearly, he's been the guy working on this on our team and can have some inputs from the user side about how amazing this software is. So I'm going to, believe it or not, kind of shut up for this Snack and Learn. And I right out of the gate, Taylor, if you don't mind, would love for you to show people just the concept of what we're talking about here and give us a little overview.
Yeah, sure. I'll just briefly show y'all just like a glimpse of two of our most popular tools. And Francis, you'll know these very well.
Yes,
I'm just going to share my screen if that's okay.
Awesome.
Okay, just confirm that y'all can see my, I'm pointing.
Hang on, I got to do one thing to make it show and then we'll be all set. There we go. Come on, screen layout. Wait a minute, maybe not. I got to select it. There we go.
Okay, and we're all still here at the bottom. I love it.
Oh my God, is that's Facebook Messenger there? That's what you were showing me.
Yes, believe it or not, this beautiful organized messenger inbox is indeed on Facebook, and it looks like this because of our Genius Messenger CRM. And Francis, is it safe to say that this is your favorite tool?
Yes, hands down my favorite. The amount of time that I save with this is insane.
Yeah. So there's like so many features to go through, and we won't dive into all of them today, but you can just see here that it organizes your Facebook Messenger inbox with all of these labels and these tags, so you know where everyone is in the buying process. And it's just not pure chaos. Like, you don't avoid going into your Messenger inbox anymore. So you're able to label your pipeline with labels and tags, and some of the other additional features or that you can take notes on all of your leads. So this is so cool because it puts you ahead of the competition because everything just sits right here. You don't have to transfer things over to a spreadsheet or Trello or a separate CRM system. It's just all here on Facebook. And so many of us, you both know this, are doing business on Facebook Facebook groups are the hot thing, you know,
Yeah.
and so we can just put everything here. So we have notes, we have canned responses, which are really awesome because it helps people guide their DM conversations, especially when they're new to the DM scene or they're not quite comfortable or they're having an off day even. It's like, oh, it's fine. I'm not feeling like my best self. I have pre-qualifying questions. I have market research. I have challenge invites, group invites, all built in here. And this is also really, really helpful, like you guys, if you have a team and you can share those messaging sequences among people. Yeah, and then we have follow-up notifications as well. So you don't have to transfer reminders or anything to a calendar. It's just, like I said, all built right here inside of Facebook. But I think the thing that you guys love probably the most is the ability to send out I'm pointing over here because there's a screen over here. I'm not. I mean, I'm a little bit crazy. I have been living abroad for 4.5 years. But I think y'all probably love the broadcast feature, which essentially is turning your Facebook Messenger inbox into like how we use an email marketing platform like ActiveCampaign or MailChimp. We send it to certain lists. You do that in the DMs now by sending broadcast messages to people with a certain label or a certain tag. And I could talk about this for days because I'm slightly in love with it, but I use this every single day. And Francis, do you want to tell us about your experience using broadcast?
Yeah, so the broadcast has been a game changer. I mean, if you run a Facebook group, you know kind of how tedious it can kind of be sending out the same message 50 different times, 2-3 times a week. You know what I mean? And with this, it's pretty much you set it, you plug it in, you click a button, you're good to go. That's end game.
And let me jump in kind of as the executive in the company that's using this, because very important to us as part of our culture is maintaining personal contact with people. This does not preclude me in any way from jumping into my messenger feed every day and identifying and corresponding with people through Messenger, because that's so important to us. So kind of one of the things I said to Francis, and kind of one of my reservations at the beginning that Francis knows, is I said, we can't depersonalize our Facebook work because that's why we're doing it. And I was amazed, blown away how much this tool allows us to do that. And the other thing it does is it allows us to add really intelligent thought on things, because Francis or anybody on the team can scan my messages and tag them for me to answer. Yeah. So they can say something like, hey, this person sent you a really cool video. You're going to want to respond to this personally. Or, you know, this person seems to really have a problem you're already dealing with a client. Maybe you want to answer this one. So the big message I want to get across to business owners is this works without making you feel like a machine. All right, now you guys can have.
Yes, exactly. Just to chime in there a little bit too, like you really get to keep the genuine, you know, conversation and relationship building that everybody strives for and wants to have in their business. You get to keep that with this tool. This tool just makes that easier for you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people assume that when we're sending out these broadcasts that they're pre-built into the system and they're super robotic and lame and cheesy, but that's not the case. Like, you build your own message segment. So if you were to go through these, they're very tailor written. You know, I put tailored twists, and Francis, you know how I type. Like, I never type. I'm a lot like you, Pam, from what I hear, like personality everywhere. And that comes through in all of my automated DMs. And people think that, okay, well, if I'm using automation, I'm going to show up as a robot. It's not personal. But when we are sending an initial message or a challenge invite or a workshop invite or a reminder to a snack and learn, it's the same message again and again anyways. So why not save 2 hours and keep yourself safe on Facebook by automating something like that? We're not saying turn into a chatbot. That's not what this is. This isn't a chatbot. This is automation, and it's systems that you implement into your business to run a more efficient business, so you have more time to get on the phone and be personal, to write the personal content, to spend in the DMs having a manual conversation with someone and really getting to know them. Automating these other systems like workshop invites or initial messages and things like that It's just saving you time. There's nothing robotic about it. And so many times I have screenshots. People are like, is this Taylor or is this the automation? Like, they don't know because my messages are just me, you know?
Yeah, and I would say the same thing when I read my messages that are the ones where we're making announcements or that kind of thing. They read just as if I got in there and typed them. So it's really just taking your personality and giving you the ability to amplify it, which is what all of us want to do. We want to reach more people because we think it's important more people know about how they can get help. And, you know, that's why, you know, I'm sure Francis is going to do a DM about this particular Stack and Learn with a link to it because, well, number one, we're affiliates apparently, but everybody in our group can use this kind of things. And folks, it is priced for entrepreneurs. Okay. It is not priced for a gargantuan enterprise, and it's not built for a gargantuan enterprise. And one thing I will tell you is that as we've been working with this, anytime Francis has gotten questioned, and I don't know how these people do it over there in Thailand, but they apparently are, oh, wait, they may do 12-hour shifts because he always gets an answer no matter when he sends it in. And they pop on a Zoom and they power through ideas and thoughts together. So you know, we really support you in your business model as well.
Yeah, thank you. That's
you guys are really good with, you know, maintaining and building that relation. And I think it shows in the tools that you guys have.
Yeah. Thank you. That means a lot coming from you two. Y'all are killing it.
Well, we're having some fun for sure. Yeah. And that is one of our core values, is to have fun. So
yes, we absolutely agree. That's probably why we get along so well and why we always answer Francis support tickets, because he's so fun to talk to.
Excellent. He's living the values. I love hearing that.
Yes.
So I'm really curious. You said there are a couple of tools, right?
Yeah. So I will show y'all one other tool just for the sake of time, because I know that Francis uses this one daily as well, which is Genius Connector. And this is, usually I show Genius Connector first because that's the one where we generate the leads on autopilot. So what Genius Connector does, I'll just tell you quickly about it and then I'll just show you, is it sends the friend request to potential and ideal clients on autopilot. So you press the button and it just adds those people for you. And we need to be doing this. If you're doing business on Facebook, no matter if you are maxed out on clients or what your situation is, you still need to be building your pipeline every single day, growing your group. Like the clients run out or the pipeline runs dry if you're not continually filling it and building it, right?
And let me jump in here too. Just as a note, we're identifying the people, and then this is not identify and spam. This is identify and touch with value and interest, and then you leave them alone if they're not interested. And if somebody engages because you've spoken to them in a way or with something that makes sense, then you continue the conversation. So the thing I love about this is it's spam free.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of our clients actually coined us like, oh, y'all are teaching permission-based marketing. And I I was like, why didn't we come up with that? Like, how are y'all coming up with our branding for us? But it's so true because we actually have let me just go to the members list of your group so I can show you what the tool looks like. This tool can run from a Facebook group members list, but also, and Francis, I believe this is how you use it, is from a suggested friends list.
Yeah.
So there's benefits for both. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the members list, but my computer is not. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think it's kind of freaking out because we're all on here together.
Yeah.
But
probably.
Yes. So this is what Genius Connector looks like. And we were talking earlier about keeping your account safe. That's where all of our tools have a time interval. I just want to quickly point that out because a lot of people are like, oh, automation, I'm freaking out. Facebook's going to know and they're going to block me forever. And I'm like, actually, every time I've been blocked on Facebook was whenever I didn't use the tools. Yeah. Because I was doing everything manually and I work like a maniac. And that's whenever I got blocked. So that's what all of our tools have, these safe restrictions built in, number of requests, like it's not going to go over. It'll send the friend request every 3 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 9 minutes.
But and just to chime in on that, it works. We haven't gotten hit with any, restrictions or bans on Facebook since we started using this tool.
And we
Yeah,
did
I
get
love
some
that.
warnings. We had gotten warnings before.
Yeah,
So
before, yeah.
Oh, y'all, I was the queen of getting blocked on Facebook. Like, thank God Misty and I are in this together because she never gets blocked, but I type like a freak. Like, I do everything like a maniac. So Facebook hates me. So these tools are like my saving grace and the only reason I still have a business. So this tool is really great because you can really zone in on your ideal client by using keywords and negative keywords, and that's from a group members list. And then Francis, I know you look for a very high number of mutual friends, which you can do from a suggested friends list. But as you were saying, Pam, we do have the option to send out an automated DM with our friend request, but we advise everyone not to, because we do believe that we find the person, we find the group, we find the person with the mutual friends or with the keywords and negative keywords, we add them and we give them the opportunity to accept us and our friend request. If it's your own Facebook group, it's a little bit different because they're already in your network, but I'm speaking as if it's not. So we advise everyone not to do that. And then whenever they do accept your friend request, then we make that initial touch point with something valuable or getting to know them. So as we were saying earlier, it's you can make it spammy, but we teach it to be not spammy. We absolutely don't tell people to send an automated DM. We give people, and we coach all of our clients on giving people permission to have that conversation with you. And it works really well.
Love that.
Anything else about the Genius Connector, Francis?
I will say that, so since we use it through Suggested, we do send out like the automated messages with, just so that they have that hi from us in there. And that seems to work really well. But when you're working in groups, this is like perfect, because the big thing with that is, no group leader wants their group to be spammed, wants their group to be hit with these things. And the way that you guys implement this and teach this really just make sure that everybody is happy and building that relationship and actually wants to be building that relationship.
Yeah, exactly. With the Facebook groups, which is primarily what our clients use. So if I'm running it to a suggested friends list and I have a really amazing workshop coming up, you bet I'm sending out the automated DM. But I don't advise people to do that right away if they have no experience with that and they're not really sure how all of that works. But yeah, in a Facebook group, if we're sending out 30 automated DMs with friend requests saying, oh, I see you're in this group as well, you can bet you're going to get blocked instantly. So it's just another layer of protection is how we teach people to use these tools as well. But yeah, like if something is working for you, like with the suggested friends list, and we often do send out automated DMs for specific things, it's also a really great way because with the suggested friends list, as we were saying, you can tell it only add people that you have 150 mutual friends with. So then they're already like, aren't we already best friends? Like, of course you can send me a DM. Like, we're so deeply embedded in each other's network.
Yep. Then that's exactly right. A lot of times in our networks today, we don't actually know that until we look at how many connections we have. And the thing that it just occurred to me as we were talking, and Francis, we're going to do this now. If there are any people in our own group that we don't have, that we're not friends with, I will let you use it on our own group. Like one of the things we talked about.
Doing that.
Yeah, we as a team, we're not using it on other groups that we're in. It's just kind of a philosophy thing, but can use it on our own group. So I think that'd be kind of cool to make sure we're friends with everybody who's gotten in there, because we really curate carefully. And I love that idea now.
Yeah, it's so smart. I have so many people who come to me and they say that their Facebook group is dead, because I used to do done for you Facebook group services, Facebook group growth and engagement. And that's really where these tools were helping me a lot. It was before I became all automation. That was the first step, because I was doing everything manually. And then I found this and my whole world changed.
Oh, I can see why.
Yeah, and people would come to me and say my group is dead, and then I would go inside their members list and kind of take over, and I'm like, well, yeah, you're not friends with anyone, and you've made no contact. So it's so great if you do have a Facebook group. So I'm speaking to all of those who do. If you have a Facebook group that's kind of dying down, or you haven't made those touch points, you can run something like Genius Connector and send that automated DM, because they're already in your network. Just saying like, hey, it's been a while since we talked, aka we never talked. I'd love to know, what are you working on right now? What are you excited about? What do you want to see more of? Things like that. And it's just the first step to getting your Facebook group re-engaged.
Right. and keeping it engaged. And as we all know, when we have Facebook groups, there's a small core of people who are actively engaged out of the in our case, it's 10% of the 1,200 that are in the group, and that's just because we curate really carefully. But one of the things you can do is make sure you keep that 10% very active, and occasionally try and increase that percentage up. I would love that to be ultimately 20% in our group, and so we work that slowly as well, but with really kind of meaningful stuff too. So it's always add value, put value out there.
Yes,
The really cool thing with these is just like you can use these tools for every level of like the customer journey, pretty much, or the relationship journey that you're building. Yeah, and that's why I love it so much.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And like any automation, and this is just, I really want to make this point for Facebook group owners, is like any automation tool, and this one in particular really focuses on this. It just takes you and amplifies it. It doesn't at all make you all of a sudden a robot, which it feels like a lot of the automation does. So I think that's really important. We're taking an automation tool and laying it right down on top of your personality, your values, your business, and retaining all of that. And I would say until this video, I would bet the fact that we've been doing this is completely transparent to the people we've connected with.
Oh, 100%. People never know. Unless I say in the broadcast, I'm using one of our amazing features to send this message to you right now, which I do often, and they're still mind blown, because who doesn't want to save time? Like I honestly think, and Francis, you'll probably agree, I think back to the days where I wasn't using this and I'm like, how did I survive? Like, what was I doing to myself? And yes, this is our business and we have a business model and we're all here to have financial and time freedom. But I also am very passionate about this because I remember what it felt like to work without this stuff.
Right.
Just having the system of knowing that, okay, I'm going to generate leads with this button. I'm going to nurture my leads with this button. And it's like, oh, now I have 5 extra hours today. I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to move to a new island.
I'm going to move it further around the world. I love it. This has been so cool. Really quickly though, I am interested, Taylor, in kind of how you got into this line of work. Like I know what brought you here once you had a Facebook group, but what brought you to doing this kind of interaction with people online?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I started traveling 4.5 years ago, and I was just kind of teaching, doing freelance content writing and marketing gigs here and there. And I went on a 10-day silent retreat of Vipassana, and everyone was having these epiphanies about life. And I had an epiphany that I wanted to start my own business. And so literally the day after I left this Vipassana in Sri Lanka, I hired a business coach and I started a done-for-you marketing agency. And that's how I found Misty, and we became close and started a business a year later. But it all started because I just was using the automation to help me and my business and then my clients. And I was like, I really love this stuff. Misty, do you want to create an entire business with this? And so we did.
I love it. There, I had a little typo, but we can also find you. You have a Facebook group that people can join called Growth Without Sacrifice, which I love the name of that. Yes. And I would call it your own real growth without sacrifice, not robot automation. So we can find you there, but also at bizsolutionsisters.com.
Yes.
So if somebody's watched this and is like, I've got to know more about this, and I've got to know more about this now, which of those two places is the best place to find you? Or should they comment on this post and we connect you? What would be best for you?
I am the type that's just come at me, DM me.
I love it.
Francis, you know how I am in the DMs.
Yeah.
So they can DM me, they can comment on this. Of course, if they want to discuss other solutions, just come to me and I'll get you inside the Facebook group and send the website or other offers or information if they need. But yeah, don't hesitate to just come straight to the source.
Fantastic. That is great. I thought of one more thing. Oh, I know. Biggest question we always ask our guests. What is it you need help with right now that anybody in this group might be able to provide for you?
Oh, that is a great one because this was just on my mind right before this. I am interested in talking with someone. I don't know if anyone would be in this group right now, but someone about branding and messaging, getting very, very clear on branding and messaging right now. Because as I was just saying to y'all, like our clients are coming at us with so much new feedback lately that I'm like, I wonder if we maybe need to start putting this in
I know exactly who I want to connect you with.
I was going to say, we definitely have some good connections for that.
I will put a little @ and in the comments here and connect the two of you, or maybe via DM.
Yeah, that would be great.
So I'm glad you said that. We'll definitely take care of that. That is always something we love these StreamYards for, because it helps people make real.
It would be great to have a conversation about that. I feel like I have so many ideas, and I need someone to speak with them about.
Awesome. You need to talk to the owner of Legacy Branding.
Perfect.
And we're gonna get you all connected. So look in the chat here or in the comments section, and we'll do the connection there. And I'll shoot you guys a DM.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Awesome. All right. Anything you guys want to add while we're on? Anything? And I know we wish everybody a great week this week, but is there anything specific that we've left out?
No, I think we covered some really amazing stuff.
I do too. I just want to say though that
all around
those tools aren't they're just the beginning. You know, you have a lot more to offer in there too. And like, just to shout out one of them, that the birthday one specifically has it has reconnected us with so many people, and that just stood out to me. Like that being able to say that personal thing and just kind of check in and touch base that relationship, it helps.
And let me actually add to that with that one, because it's also helped me check back in. I miss birthdays because you're just not always on. So this one has reconnected me with all of my personal friends too, which is amazing because then they answer, and I can re-engage with personal friends from high school, from high school. And all of a sudden, somebody that we just haven't conversed in a while, we're back talking again, and we're going to go visit one in Virginia. My old,
oh my God, that's amazing.
my 11th grade English teacher. We reconnected. I'm like, oh my God, you were my favorite teacher. I want to come visit you. And my wife and I are going to go visit her now. And without this, that never would have happened.
Yeah, I hear some really cool stories, like business and not, like rekindling stuff, like old love affairs and old dates.
Wow.
Like, oh, juicy!
Yeah, there's a book in this somewhere.
I think we should do a little reel of birthday post personal testimony.
Yep, I love it. You should. That's so funny. I'll film if we do when we go down and do the visit. I'll film the visit.
Yes. And I'll have Misty film her old date that she was talking with again.
Love it. I love it. Well, this has been awesome, and I can't thank you enough for staying up so late in Thailand to have this conversation with us. And we will, of course, stay in close touch. Francis, thanks for hopping on. Your perspective.
Thank you
for having me.
Always a pleasure.
All right, everybody. Have a great week. Take care.